Hello, how's it going, everyone? So, in this tutorial, we're going to learn some basics of how to handle errors in Java. So, when you are executing a Java code, different kinds of errors can occur. So, these errors can be coding errors made by the users, or errors due to wrong input, or other kind of unpredictable errors. So when an error occurs, Java will normally stop and generate an error message for you. And the technical term for this kind of error handling mechanism in Java is called throwing an exception. So let me first introduce several nomenclatures and keywords that's going to be very important when you are doing error handling coding. The try block, or the try statement, allows you to define a block of code to be tested for errors while it is being executed. And the catch block will allow you to define a block of code to be executed if any errors occurred in the try block. And always remember that a catch block is always followed by a try block is always followed by a catch block. So the two basically comes in pairs. Okay, so let me show you guys some examples of how to use this kind of try and catch block. So uh, what we can do here is, sorry, let me get rid of this really quick. So what I have here is a really buggy code. So I declared a integer array with 3 elements, and I'm trying to print out the fifth element, which obviously doesn't exist. So when we run this, we're gonna see that Java is gonna throw us some exception. Yeah, as we can see, array index out of bound exception. And how do we catch this kind of exception? So we're gonna use the try block. So remember that uh, inside try block, it's going to be some code you want to test it. So for example, when you are doing the programming, you're not sure if your code um, has bug or not. So what you can do is include um, you can surround your code with a try block and followed by a catch block. So we can type in catch exception E, and over here we can, yeah, let's just like print out a message here. Let's say something went wrong here. And after we added the catch block, we're gonna see that this exception has been successfully caught, and we're printing out this message. So that's basically how you use the try and catch block. So the next thing we're going to talk about is the use of the finally block. So the finally statement lets the users to execute code after the try and catch block, and the finally statement will always execute no matter what kind of result you get from the try and catch block. Okay, so let's demonstrate how this really work. So after we have successfully added a try block and a catch block, what we can do is we can add a finally block. So remember that finally block will execute no matter what happened previously. So let's just like add another statement, print statement here, system out dot print. Let's say wave we arrive at the finally block. And after we execute a code, we can see that the finally statement also got printed, which means that the finally block will always execute after the try and catch block. So that's kind of like the definition for the finally. And the next thing I want to talk about is the throw keyword. So as you can see in our example code, that Java has some of the built-in exception handling libraries. So for example, if you do not include any kind of try or catch block, it's going to automatically throw some exception for you. So those are some of the built-in libraries uh, for handling exceptions in Java. So what the throw keyword is going to do for you is it's going to allow you um, to establish some DIY error handling mechanisms. So the throw statement is used together with the exception type, and there are many exception types available in Java. So for example, the arithmetic exceptions, file not found exceptions, array index out of bound exceptions, and security exceptions, and etc. So we have a big list of all these kind of exceptions. All right, so let's see how we can actually use the throw statement here. And I have actually written the code previously. So what's happening over here is it is checking whether um, the user's age is beyond 18 years old. So for example, if the user age is less than 18, it's gonna throw this arithmetic exception saying that access denied, you must be at least 18 years old. So this kind of throw statement will allow you to establish a DIY or customized exception handling mechanism for yourself. You can basically say anything you want. Okay, so let's just like test whether this work. So for example, if if I'm gonna if I specified that the user age is gonna be 10 years old, it's basically gonna create this arithmetic exception here. Yep, as you can see, access denied, and it's going to tell you where the exception happened, basically in line 4 over here. Yeah, so that's how you use the throw new um, statement in your code. And that's about it for this mini lecture. I hope this lecture make error handling in Java a little bit clearer to you, and I hope you enjoy this video as well. Thank you very much.